Yes. No, maybe. Come on. Oh. That should be. Thank you,
Alright, just give a quick rundown what we're doing for the YouTube people too.
So, are the YouTube people on there?
They are.
Alright, hello YouTube people. What we're doing, actually YouTube people, I'm introducing you to Instagram people. These are Instagram people. Hello YouTube people. What we're doing now is a little bit of an experiment. We decided to live stream the recording process for 1, 2, or 3 videos. And right now what we're doing is talking points. The stuff when you hear me talk explain. We usually record that once the process is done, because I'm not stressed out about finishing the project, and I try not to record them as I'm working with something, because stuff kind of impacts the quality of the work. But, however, we want to give you guys an insight into how this happens. Now, often enough, I misspeak. You will learn so many more new swear words. Like, it's going to be beautiful, right? Better. But we're going to go record some talking points, chasing the repousse in this case. There will be multiple takes. Matt is looking at the comments now. And if you have pertinent questions for the topic, stay on topic. Matt might ask it to me on how we respond, and depending on how we edit it, it might make it into the video, it might not.
Okay, so if they're saying the sound is like really, really bad for them, for me, okay? I'm gonna try to decide how to do this. So the mic that he's wearing is mic to the camera, not mic to this phone. So the whole can you guys hear me? Can I get somebody in the chat? You're fine, but the sound is grainy and muffled.
Give me one of your earbuds. Really?
Oh no. Is this actually, are these linked right now?
Yes.
Off? That's better for you, Matt? You can hear me? Okay.
Okay, see, Matt's phone was linked to his earbuds. Yeah, 100%. Does it sound better now? Hello from the other side, right? Okay. All right. All right, I'm gonna, well, I want to put one on, but the other one I'm just gonna keep so I can hear you. Like, right.
How that goes. Okay.
Better?
Better? Okay, just do a 30-second introduction.
So, again, 30-second introduction. You guys have asked us to, like, give more insight into how we make our videos. And right now, we're done with a bunch of processes, and we're going to record 1 or 2 videos. Right here is the audio part of the video where I explain the process and get a little bit into details. Usually we record them after the project is done, and the reason for that is I'm not stressed out about completion and I'm not being interrupted.
Can
what?
I have the other earbuds? Let me have this one. Let me see if this works. Can you guys hear it? If I have one and he has one?
We're testing. Right now, this is part of how we make videos. We spend a lot of time and nerves jetting up. Anyway.
Can only hear Ilya?
Yeah, this one is usually to the jaw.
But not this one? I kind of feel like we should just disconnect the Bluetooth total.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, but I knew what to do.
Okay, try disconnecting the Bluetooth. Anyway, again, streaming process. Let's doing, and then we'll play around with sound. Yes? No? Yes, no? Okay, anyway, you're free to ask questions about the topics that I'm talking about, because this goes into the Urage video. And if someone very smart brings up a good question, we will just straight up include me answering the live stream video, or we will edit it in such a way that as if it was always planned to be in the video. So we're kind of crowdsourcing topics, kind of. You don't like this?
I don't know if that makes any difference or not.
Anyway, so this is what we're doing. This should give you guys a better insight into how we make the final product.
I guess I have to be standing right next to you then. So basically what he's saying is we're gonna film talking points for a video we already have planned about chasing, right? To the camera, not to any of this. But you guys, while you're here, can then comment in the chat good questions you have, and we will add them to the actual YouTube video. So you'll get the answer on live stream, but we're also looking for good questions that you might have. We have a good idea throughout the years of people asking questions about chasing, but if you want your actual comment or your question, you guys can put it in the chat. If you super chat, we'll definitely put it in. We'll also be reading regular chat while we're doing this, and we're just gonna see how this goes.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna get we'll get another mic set up for the live stream eventually, but we just decided, he came up with this idea. He came up with this idea this morning.
Yeah.
And I'm not all set up for it, but we'll figure it out.
It's an experiment.
We're gonna have another mic, but
Yeah. Well, we're gonna try a bunch of new things on the channel from now on. A bunch of new things, including streaming. We decided to not stream Power Hammer because if you think this sound is garbage, holy shit.
And with this, use the camera, doing that, this is what we're doing. So I'm behind the camera. Oh, they can't hear me.
So Matt is behind the camera, recording me talking, and he's reading the YouTube comments. I'm using my passenger side eye, that's the right one, looking at my Instagram live stream, and if I by accident see one of your questions and it's incredibly relevant and insightful, I am going to see it. My passenger side eye is directed this way. My driver's side eye is directed towards the camera. I'm doing this. And let's see how this goes. This is an experiment. It's going to be fun for someone. We'll find out for whom. Could be terrible. Could be absolutely terrible. It's already not going to be fun for Matt. That's what I wanted. This is what everyone wants. Anyway, so we're going to be doing the introduction.
Sure, where's that?
Do you want me to climb up there right now and do the? Do you want me? I'll climb up on the 20-foot high window and cover it right now.
It would be way better.
Tell me, climb up or no? I'll do it. I have the physical prowess of Tarzan.
I say Tarzan in Russian.
Tarzan. Just like Narzan. Ramzan. Hello everybody. Yeah, we're recording a video for YouTube. We're talking points, and I decided to live stream the process so once my phone battery dies, I'll probably switch off Instagram. However, the interesting part about this is you get to ask questions that might or might not make it into the video. No, chasing and repousse is not the same thing. Well, okay. Grimblejack. I remember your question. Grimblejack. I will address it in the video. Thank you for asking this question. Just put a brick. Take a big brick. Oh, okay, that works too. Having sound issues. Yeah, Grimblejack, that's a good question. I will address it. And the footage for this Urage episode, it will be primarily from the stiletto handle.
However, what's going to happen, we will include, when it's necessary, techniques from other, just to give people a good taste of how to begin thinking about doing it, how to do chasing a repousse, because it's ultimately awesome technique. It's ultimately a really, really good technique for you as an artist. You don't have to be a knife maker to do it. Plenty of chasing repousse projects don't include blades or weapons of any sort. So I think series back. So yeah, let's see. Jack asked a question. I'm going to address it in the video. So Matt should probably go towards his.
Okay. Just to let you YouTubers know, I'm going to do my best to see your comments, but the way it works on our phone is it's like your chats go away if I'm not standing there. Super chats get stuck there, so if you super chat, I'll be able to always see them. I'm not pushing you in to spend money, but that's just how that thing's set up. So we're new to the live stream. If you just chat and I happen to be behind there and see it, I will try to relay the question to him. If you super chat, it gets stuck up there and I can reference it, so that's that. So we're going to go ahead and start recording.
All right, I'm gonna start. And no, I don't make my own pitch because it just gets more expensive to make your own pitch than buying it. It just is. I can't see like my passenger side eye is not as good.
All right, how are you doing?
I'm like this. Got a nice ambiance fire going. Do you Instagram guys see it? There's like, see that like orange, kind of nice. It's like beautiful, like a little bit of a romantic flair. No, it's pretty good.
All right, we're going to start off with some.
Yes. So this is how we film these videos. There will be cursing eventually. There will be. There has to be.
Oh boy.
There has to be cursing. Yes.
Okay, rolling.
Rolling. 1, 2, 3. Hello and welcome back to a new what? Hello and welcome back to a new episode of That Works. A long time no see. Fuck, I fucked this up. It's Your Edge. See, this is how this goes. Serious face. Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Your Edge. Long time no see. This time around, I will introduce you to the technique of chasing and repousse and probably explain to you how to get started and what to look out for. See, that's the golden take. That's why Matt should pay me $2 billion per take. $2 billion. All right. Yeah. So again, we're recording videos. Let me show my Slavogram people. This is Steven Spielberg right here. There you go. Wave. Yeah, wave. Ugh. So grumpy. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay, so, yeah, we're streaming right now on YouTube, over there, and on Instagram, over here. So, okay, 1, 2. Ready? Hello and welcome back to an episode of Your Edge. Long time no see. This time around, I will introduce you to the technique of chasing and repousse and explain to you how to get started, avoid, what to look out for, because it's a really cool technique. Okay, see, we didn't bring several cameras, so we're going to be doing several takes of this up and far, so I'll be repeating this stuff. Joining you. Failure. I will ban you on Instagram. I will banish you. Like 4 weeks. Right there, guaranteed. Glasses off and on?
It's up to you. I kind of rather have them off.
Okay.
You can have them on.
Yeah, but I need to read.
Okay, leave them on.
Okay.
Just know that you will get glare.
That's fine. Glare is fine. Everybody. The glare is what adds the flair. And we really care. And don't you dare. Comments?
All right. What are we doing first?
Better sound on YouTube. Okay.
What?
I just, they say better sound is in you. Okay, right, go on. I don't rap, because it's an ancient Slavic art form that I'm not familiar with. Okay, so we talk explaining chasing repousse.
Yes.
Okay. Chasing repousse is a technique that you very often see on goblets, silverware, as well as church ornamentation and arms and armor. Repousse means working from the back. So if you see you're looking at it here, repousse means someone worked it from the back. It's basically embossing. And chasing implies working from forward surface, the one you're looking at, by pushing in. So chasing and repousse is technically two separate techniques that have been permanently fused into one because their combination produces astounding results. And you can pan to the astounding results all of my stuff. All of it. All of it. Ugh. Always like shit on my stuff. Amazing. Like, I want to see you do chasing repousse. I want to see you. You can do it? Oh, okay. So I've seen you guys work. It's I was speechless looking at it. Speechless. Rolling. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fundamental technique of chasing repousse consists of placing a piece of sheet metal, it could be copper, silver, steel, iron, brass, and whatever moves best, into a bearing surface. The bearing surface is used in modern times pitch, which is a combination of tree sap, clay, and other stuff in there. Or sometimes lead, or sometimes sandbag. And the idea behind it is that the mass of the bearing material, let's talk about pitch, is resisting from the front, and as you push around it, the mass pushes back and form around it. Think of it as a liquid anvil. Yeah, that's a better way of thinking about it, a liquid anvil. So when you form stuff over it, tries to replicate the shape. Since our bearing material is pitch or lead, something that moves as we're working over it, it kind of moves into places that you don't work on and provides a backing. So that is the foundation of the technique, and it's really by condition. However, once you master it, you can do almost anything you want. Okay, see?
Give me that,
He wants me to give him some liquid anvil.
no, I do not.
Okay. Well, you want some liquid anvil? Okay.
We're never doing this again.
Yes, we are.
We're never doing this.
Okay, I'm gonna look there and give Matt some of my liquid anvil.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. So basically our bearing material is kind of like a liquid anvil. Actually, that's a pretty good way of putting it. So as you work over the anvil, things move around it, and since our anvil is liquid, it fills up the gaps in places where you're looking, or providing a sufficient backing for you to refine your technique. Something like that.
Great.
I'm pretty sure I'm good for another round of liquid anvil if you want. There you go. Thick, viscous liquid anvil. Over the place.
Literally just,
No, you can't. No, you can't. I've not said anything bad. I've been pretty good. Pretty good. Okay. So do you like the format of streaming, the process of filming the video? Matt is digging around, trying to find like really good angles, like, okay. Next technique. Next part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Besides pitch or your bearing material, the primary tools are a tying hammer. Those come in all kinds of shapes and really depend on particular culture where you are residing. So there's Western style chasing hammers, and then there's Eastern style chasing hammers. They're somewhat different, and you probably should use the one with which you're most comfortable. I prefer the Eastern style, however, the basic format of the technique I'm explaining does not change with the shape of the hammer. It might change with the mass of the hammer, but we'll get to it. The second type of tool that you really, really have to pay attention to and will be your best friend, a series of small chisels. None of them are really sharp because you don't want to cut through your silver or gold, whatever you're working with. And each one of them has a specific shape. The shapes differ into texturing chisels, which will be your best buddies at the end of the project, your planishing chisels, your chasing chisels or liner chisels, and the amount that you will have will depend on how far down the road with the technique of chasing repousse you are. So masters have full jars of various chasing chisels. Some of them even I can't tell apart, but as a beginner you need probably no more than 10. Pum 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 pum. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Besides your bearing material, your liquid anvil, two main tools you will use are your chasing hammer, and those come in various sizes and shapes. The shape depends on the culture where you reside. Whichever one you use and more comfortable with, go ahead. That's fine. I prefer Eastern style, but the fundamentals of the technique I'm teaching does not depend on the style of hammer you're using. It does depend on its mass, though, but we'll once again get to it later. The second type of tool are your tiny chasing chisels. Those are usually not sharp. You don't want to cut through the material you're working with, silver, gold, what have you. And they come in various shapes. Masters might have a whole bucket full of chisels, some of which even I can't tell apart. As a beginner, you're probably fine with about 10, and as you go along in your journey of discovering this technique, you will start making chisels specifically for the purpose you're using. Okay, see, do you guys like that? I'm explaining. So, check some YouTube comments. Do people like this? Do people dislike this? This is a new format. We're experimenting. Once polished, as in once I get a complete totalitarian hold of the process, everything will be great.
Let's see, YouTube
So,
comments, we got a good one here, says, why is Ilya doing this video? Please let Matt do it.
okay, that's a very good comment. So,
If possible,
I'm responding. I'm going to respond to that comment. Matt, someone asked, why is Ilya doing this video? Please let Matt do it. The reason why I'm doing this video is because I'm pretty and Matt's hands grow out of his ass, so probably not the best.
so, there was one second, I don't even know how to find it. How do I find it?
No, Joshi, 217, no, I don't have a script. I'm just explaining what I know. And I try to remember what I said before for very angle takes on the video. So no, this is basically, if I were to teach a class, this is how I would teach a class, right? Except I would also be showing you, but we already filmed the process. So now I'm doing the talking points and explaining and giving an introduction so people understand and feel like they can at least begin the technique or just have a greater insight into the procedure when they see an artifact made using that procedure.
Good. We actually had a good chat, I don't even know how to get back to see it.
Ha! I always know how to get back and front. And from the side, there's all kinds of positions to get back. Okay.
Sorry, dude, that was a good question, man.
What was the question? Just use memory.
I don't know. All right, what are you doing next?
Okay. What I'm doing next. So, what footage are you going to use for this right now, in your mind?
So far, like, I'm probably gonna have you bring in some chasing tools, we're gonna do some B-roll of the tools from what you
Yeah.
I have the kitting hammer that I restored that we can show hammer.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm talking about, because I'm going to go into actually working with this stuff, right? So, I have to know which footage you're going to use. Are you going to use where I make Minuki, so it starts flat, or are we going straight into the handle where I'm working? You should have footage of, okay, I'm going to explain first with flat objects, because those are simpler. And then we're going to carry it over into other footage we have, because it adds complexity. Right. Cool.
Feel free to copy and paste. Tell them to feel free to copy and paste this chat again.
Yeah, feel free to.
Say it.
Oh, yeah, guys, feel free to paste this chat until Matt sees it, especially if you have a question and Matt admits to have missed it. Ask it again. We're live streaming it, so like, we'll fix all this stuff in the editing, but we really want to have a greater input from the audience into what you would learn as we're explaining it. But please stay on topic. Otherwise, I'm going to liquid anvil over myself. It's pretty good.
This might be our last time we ever do this.
No, it is not the last time we're doing it. This is amazing.
Half an hour.
Okay. Rolling?
Yes.
Let's start with the basic form of the technique. Let's say you have a square piece of metal, copper or silver. You heat up your pitch pot so that the pitch is sticky, and you place your material in there. Now, there are two ways of having prepped your piece for it. One way is keeping it flat and perfectly work from the flat. The way I choose is I know that my end result will have some height. So the pitch, I turn my metal over and I dish it a little bit. Or I can even give a rough repousse or embossed look for it, because it already gives me an advantage of starting with some height. Now, in either case, I place my material into the pitch and wait just a little bit, so it's not super liquidy, but it is still viscous and kind of soft. It will be hard to knock, but soft if you press on it, or a little bit soft. Mind you, if you're working with pitch is a non-Newtonian fluid. That is, even if your pitch is fairly soft, but you drop it on the floor, it will shatter. But if you work it slow, it will move in your hands. There's a pitch experiment in some university where the drop of pitch takes 100 years to drop. Anyway, be mindful of that. Once the piece is set, and make sure that all the corners of your piece are set into the pitch so it doesn't peel off, I start outlining the basic contour of my project. I can outline it with a Sharpie or a scribe, it does not matter, as long as you can see it, and this is key. And then I take my liner chisel, which looks like a version of your regular Home Depot chisel, but small, and it's smooth on the bottom, so you don't cut through. And I outline the outside of my project. Next, what I do, because usually I've already created the height for my piece, I start pushing the background down, creating more height and isolating the metal that I'm ultimately going to be working. This technique is incredibly useful for Minuki, and here, if you're working in the Eastern style, the technique name changes into Uchidashi. The Uchidashi version of the technique, you're working from the outside of where your ultimate piece will be by building up and building up material and chasing it to the center to where your Minuki or flower have you will be, and you're ultimately also gaining thickness. In the Western tradition of chasing and repousse, that part is absent. So you're basically working from the top and bottom. There's no gathering up material. Both are fine. I usually work with a combination of the two because projects I'm involved with usually require the combination of the two techniques.
That was really
Yeah,
inspiring.
I know. I'm very inspiring when you actually get to know me.
I don't know what it is. There are a lot of squiggly lines.
Okay. Okay. Now, That's the, Matt is setting his camera. By the way, Instagram people, is this valuable to you? Because it's easier for me to explain some of the techniques as I'm filming and having conversation with you than to, while I'm doing something else, try to you like chasing repousse while I'm forging a hammer and cursing myself. Right? Like, I hope it's like provides you with some quality. All right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? Okay. Boom, boom, boom. As you're working with a piece, the metal hardens. That happens in virtually all metals, or there is not a single metal that I can remember that does not work harden. As the piece work hardens, you might start to peel off from your pitch. So what you will have is you have to take it out and anneal it. Once you anneal the piece, you have two routes. Depending on what stage and what kind of design you have, you might, since it's repousse technique, you might have to clean it off, flip it around, and set it face in to the pitch. That way, what you will have to do is you use some of your chisels to go height by working it from the back out. So if, let's say, this is your sheet, you want to flap and working this way. Now you have annealed it, you flipped it to get that flower, and you're working from the back, more height, more volume, whatever the project is, that's what you're doing. Good? All right, we're resetting again.
That's repeating, you're just going.
Yeah, I'm continuing. Ready? Okay, 1, 2, 3. If you're employing the Japanese uchidashi technique, they're incredibly similar between chasing repousse and uchidashi. You don't have to flip it around and gain volume from the back because the uniqueness of uchidashi, all the work is done from the front. But sometimes you have to, so sometimes the techniques intersect. That is a point of clarification so that people don't misunderstand it. However, once you are done working from the back, keep in mind you will not get a lot of detail working from the back of your piece. All you're doing is volume and from the back. Because, you know, like, give me names of famous directors. I'm just going to use them as slurs. Okay, annealing the piece. That is important. We'll get there. I already mentioned annealing, so let's just record annealing now. Okay. So thank you, YouTube. Most of the times with chasing repousse, you're working with copper or silver, and some kind of brass sometimes. So you feel the material starting to resist you and becoming harder and harder to work with. Be very attentive to this stage because it's very easy to puncture or crack work-hardened material as opposed to anneal. And once you have a crack, it becomes a big problem fix. Might as well start fresh. So once you feel it, the way you anneal copper and silver, you take it out of the pitch, you set it on a piece of fire brick or whatever you use, and use a torch up till it's barely glowing red or a little bit glowing red, and then you quench it in water. It's the exact opposite of steel. So when you use copper, silver, gold, when you quench it in water, after it's immediately, it becomes as soft as it can get. Now, if you're working with iron, if you're working with steel, what you have to do, once again, you take it out, you heat it till it's red hot, and then you let it cool as slowly as possible, usually in ash, vermiculite, or a piece of temperature-resistant wool. But once again, you're normalizing and annealing it this way. So pay attention to the type of material you're working with, because don't confuse the two. Say if you quench steel chasing repousse stuff in water, it will become as brittle as, and you'll break it, and you'll curse my name. I don't want it. Curses. No, I am amazed. Okay, questions? Gimbal Jack, I think I included the answer in here, right? So for people who just joined, filming talking points for YouTube video, specifically chasing repousse, my passenger side eye is looking at the Instagram comments, and there's a good comment on topic. It will be included in the video. I just want the audience to have greater participation in the sort of stuff they learn. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the footage of the angel. Okay, we're going to go into the footage of the angel right now. Okay? Okay. Tasty. I'm still looking at you this way or camera? Okay, I'm still looking this way. Fine. Okay. All right, I'm going to look at the camera. Now, not all of your projects start out as a piece of sheet metal. Some of them already have a given volume, given shape, before you get to use chasing repousse. This is the example of the silver angel for the stiletto dagger. Here, all my volume is already created by the fact that I'm working with a silver tube. It's just a regular tube that I created myself. I fill the tube up with pitch, and what I'm doing is I'm reducing the volume. Think about it as giving shape to a balloon, where the air pressure from inside is allowing you to play with the shape, and the surface tension on silver is allowing for the shape to retain itself. A balloon filled up with sand or clay. Think about it that way. Yep, we're trying to crank out through a bunch of videos. I'm going to put more fire into the wood. No, I'm doing it my way. Putting more fire into the wood, real guy. More fire into the wood. More fire into the wood. Okay. Do I have to repeat what I said or no? Okay, excellent. That's most beautiful. Okay, hold up. Question, if you're working with metals that are opposing in terms of annealing, inlaying, copper, gold, how do you go about that, right? So, you don't have to, this is a little bit next level, but I'm still going to ask it for YouTube and blah, blah, blah. There's an Instagram question because I'm doing 2 live streams right now. If you're working with metals whose qualities are opposite of each other, for example, an inlay where some of it is steel and some of it is gold, how do you go about with annealing? Well, the way that is solved, you do the hardest one first, is you almost finish your steel and prepare it for inlay, and then you inlay your gold or silver in there and work only on the gold or silver. So you have to strategize very, very intelligently what mistakes will inevitably happen, and you find and plan detours around them. Right? This is why I can't address the full technique here, because we're down a different highway at the moment and it will just suck up time. But think about it strategically. Okay. So, but thank you for the question.
Normally you would have just said killing. All right, ready?
Well, okay.
Do you know where you work?
Like everyone's a critic. Yeah. I know where I am. So, in the case of a unorthodox shape that is not flat, just like an angel or tube, keep in mind that your pitch will start pouring out both ends, and you have to be really, really careful about not puncturing your piece. So let's say if you make a human bust out of a tube, this area that's the deepest in your piece will start thinning out in spots. So you have to be very strategic, and you have to constantly work the higher surface of the piece. So once you finish with this section of the tube, don't go immediately to annealing and working on the same section. You have to constantly work on other parts. The reason is you're essentially working with a balloon. If you overwork one area and then go in and try to finish the back from scratch, what will happen, the pitch will push itself out into your already finished section and distort it tremendously. And what? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Keep in mind that the pitch will move from your finished, yeah. No, but like when you hand wave, I thought you're like, hey, like, could you pause it, do this, instead of like just hand waving, like, I know you wouldn't wave at me, but like the good part of me, the soul I have, still hopes for some decency to come out. And once in a while, the waving, the friendship to like, anyway. Okay. Keep in mind when working with something that started out as a tube or a sphere, to always work the entire surface in stages. So for example, if you are making a human bust out of a tube, this area will start thinning out, so you have to watch out for that. Also, once you've finished with, let's say, face of the piece, go all the way around and start working on the back in each segment. The reason is, if you fully final finish, let's say, a face on a three-dimensional object, and then want to go back and add details somewhere in the back, what will happen is the pitch will push out your finished section and distort it tremendously. Think about it as if you're working with a balloon. If you're pushing on one end, pitch will push somewhere else. So if you, in very gradual stages, work all the way around, you're avoiding the problem because things distort evenly everywhere and cancel the distortions out. I don't know, like this is pretty clear. It was so good? It was very good. I want some encouragement. Yes, thank you. Okay. Everyone's encouraging. Okay. Oh, you can. Oh my God, I will take that thing over. Like, calm. Okay. 1, 2. Now, once you're done playing with your toys, I will continue. Feel free to ask questions on Instagram, but the YouTube sound for the live stream is a little bit better. Anyway. Boom. Ready? Yeah. Once you got into a bit of thinking strategically about where the distortions will happen, where they won't happen, where the material work hardens, where it doesn't, and getting of consistently annealing your piece, you will probably have arrived at the stage where most of the beauty of chasing repousse shows itself, and that is the chasing part. Most of your final stage in your piece will happen at the chasing, also known as working from the front of the section, and that's where the greatest plurality of the chisels you're going to be using will show themselves. Boom. Okay, questions. You wanted register name Steven Spielberg, Daniel. That's good. Okay. List. Thank you for providing me with a list of slurs. Danny DeVille. Okay.
Danny DeVito follows you?
No, not Danny DeVille. Danny DeVito. I wish Danny DeVito follows me. Danny DeVito is the treasure of American culture. The absolute master. He should play. Danny DeVito should play a role in every Marvel movie. No, I do. look forward to you editing this video.
What are we doing now?
So what are we doing now? Chasing chisels, right? Ready? Mm. Mm.
Tristan video.
Okay, anyway.
Rolling.
1, 2, 3, 4. Your flat bottom chisels, no matter which cross-section shape, square, ovate, teardrop, they could be round, will help you creating flat surfaces, prepare the background to be flat, or help you make facets on your main object. They will also help you prepare for rounding of shapes. Think about it like as if you're pressing this way, this way, this way, this way, and it creates a semicircle. And your not so sharp bottom liner chisels will allow you to create greater amount of detail by isolating sections, sometimes creating texture. And here you will start developing a need for having more versions of the same chisel in different sizes, different levels of polish, and beyond this I can't really advise you because your specific projects will demand different shapes and you will quickly figure out what you need. How's the reception on YouTube? What's going on there? All right. They're excited for what? Okay. The level of enthusiasm is like definite. I think you're sarcastic.
W's in the chat if you're enjoying it.
W's in the chat if you're enjoying it. Please like leave a comment because this is an experiment and we want the experiment to succeed. However, this is the only way we can have like a lot of audience participation in the video and give you an insight into how we make them. We're going to start making more of the process live streams for YouTube. So we will also have super chats and all that kind of stuff. This is the first stage in a long, long, long journey of experiments and failures.
We got 2 W's. Thank you, Amanda.
Okay, 2 W's. Damn. Wow. Anyway, texture and chisels. Ready? Your texture chisels will create your background. By texturing the background, what you can do as you patina the piece, it will create a more sense of depth. Right? Once you texture the background and you apply the patina, you rub off a little bit of the surface, giving it a little bit of a warm, worn look, and really bring out all the features that you want. Now, other textures will allow you to create a sense of feathers. It will create a sense of fur, whatever the project demands. That what you use. And you will quickly realize how to create new and wonderful textures. Later in the video, I'm going to, okay, after textures, cut it in the edit. Okay. So, because I'm going to show how to create some textures real quick. Like, we can fill, like, yeah, but how to create some textures on the chisels. I'm going to do a talking point for something that we haven't filmed yet, but something that we will film, like as soon as we're done with the talking point. I'm going through the process. Oh, YouTube people are here. So I'm going through the process in my mind about what we will film, that will make video, but I think it's important to show the creation of a texturing chisel, right? Nighthawk? High Nighthawk? Who's Nighthawk? Is it like, what, Nightwing Duck?
Darkwing Duck.
Darkwing Duck? I don't know.
Oh, God.
Anyway, ready? Okay. 1, 2, 3. To create a basic texturing chisel, you first take an anneal of a flat bottom chisel. It could be a teardrop, flat bottom chisel, it could be crescent flat bottom chisel, does not matter. It depends only if you want to use it. And what you do, you either heat up the tip, or you don't have to, and hit it into the surface that you would like to copy. Sometimes surfaces that you like to copy give you unpredictable results, so please experiment at this stage. What I'm going to show you, what I'm showing you right now is I'm using a texture of an existing file to create a kind of a stone wash, a rough texture that will later on be used on a piece of silver, and it really darkens my background after the patina is applied. However, other people use things like rocks for their texturing chisels. They literally go outside, find a cool rock, and beat their chisel into it to copy. You can stipple the tip of your chisel, and it creates a completely different type of texture, but texturing chisels are your friends at the late stages of your project. And try to avoid using these type of chisels early in the project, even though you will be tempted to. Do not do that, you will create problems. Okay, well, we'll film, like, remind me, like, because I have stuff to do. Yeah, but like, okay, well, we can round it up because I pretty much covered everything. As soon as there's footage, right? I covered starting, pitch, hammers, chisels, make sure to anneal. I covered the set up the thing. I covered like flip it around. I covered the differences, like things to pay attention to. Yeah, like we can wrap it up. Right?
Just mention like if the response to this video is good enough, you guys want to see some more in-depth techniques, we'll do another one down below.
Yeah. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that pretty much sums up the chasing repousse introductory, so your edge. And if you really like this format where we live stream the piece and really explain how we're making it, please click a thumbs up, please share it, because everything that we do is kind of an experiment. Showing craft and detailed techniques as well as historical explanations for you and interacting with you guys is an experiment. We never know if we'll succeed. So audience input, likes, shares, help us a lot. They signal to us that we should be doing what we're doing. Right, that's correct? Okay, enthusiasm level low on Matt's part. And I'm freezing here, shocked, like, oh, I did a cool workout this morning. Oof, it was really good. I hit chest, like, oh.
Okay, so I saw a lot of people say that the video on the stream lagging, but the sound was good. Look, this is literally from my phone. We're gonna dial this in. We have all the equipment to do it. This was kind of a impromptu live stream. Literally, like Ilya said, this was an idea we had. Just went live.
Yeah, last night. We had this idea last night.
He had this idea last night.
I had this idea. Oh,
He said
if it's successful, it's we. If it's unsuccessful, it's me who had the idea. Yeah, I know. I got you. Like, I understand this. I understand the logic.
He said I have an idea, but he didn't on the thought. So
I think I have in text. I have receipts. I said like we're gonna email it.
So we'll refine this. I have a whole live stream set up at my shop at Back. Maybe we'll do some more there than we'll do here. Nonetheless, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all the comments. Yeah, we're gonna have this video up probably soon. We have some really big projects in the works, but unfortunately, a lot of that has branded content that has to get approved by the brand. And so, like, I have 2 polished, finished videos that are just sitting, waiting for approval. If that happens, we'll have a video up this week. If not, I'm going to go home and edit this, and we'll get this video up. That's kind of why we started Your Edge, honestly, was to have some content that we could do more regularly and share the craft with you guys without having extreme. So that's that, and we'll catch you next time.
Please give us more input on what we're doing. But I genuinely hope that this format, streaming the process of filming and streaming the process of making a project for YouTube, is not only extra content for you guys, I also think it gives you an insight into the troubles of making something as it's being filmed on a timeline, and gives you more chances of influencing the outcome. Actually, that might be a really bad idea, but it gives you guys more chances in influencing the outcome of the video.
Give a shout out to Mando for being here the whole time.
Yeah, give a shout out to Mando for being here the whole time, and maybe I don't know, people have leisurely lifestyles.
All right, that's all. Tell them to put more suggestions in the comment section of this live stream, and maybe re-record some other stuff we missed.
Yeah. Give us more suggestions in the comment section of this live stream, and maybe we will re-record some of it. We'll put it into other videos somewhere. Your suggestions will be heard, and some of them will be actually followed through. And that's the cool idea.
Sounds like a sword. What's up, buddy? All right, that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.